Hi, it's Chef and Builder Janie Pendleton. We're back in the kitchen where today I'm going to be making several different things. I'm going to be making salsa, and of course I've got my Tostitos. They're all ready. I've got some peppers in the refrigerator that are already washed and cleaned. These are some of the ones we got from the garden, and these are called chocolate peppers. They smell so delicious, and they go from a purpley color to this nice dark chocolate color. Aren't those just beautiful? Beautiful crop of peppers this year. We have some pickles, we have cucumbers, and more pickles. So we're going to be having some fun. We're going to separate these out via size, and we're going to have we're going to be making some chow chow, salsa and chow chow, and sweet pickle relish. Those are what we're working on right now. And you can see. Now you can have a happy little view. Okay. All right. So what I've done here is I've taken about 4 layers of the cabbage off. My son's cabbage, he tries to go as organic as possible, but he just didn't have time to upkeep his garden. So I ran out and saved 2 of the cabbages, and this one had still been bug bitten. So I just sliced that off, but I know there's still some worms and some bugs in there. So took off a couple of layers, washed everything off really well, what I could, and now we're going to get them little buggers out of there. Watch my little trick. Watch me float those little puppies to the top. Get all the bad spots off. Just slowly pour the vinegar on. There we go. Do the same for this one. Get those little buggers out of there. Had a little bit of vinegar left in that, so all right. And I can use this for an extra container to water my flowers. About every hour, I'll just rotate this, and then I'll get the top, just like this right here. I'll rotate it about every hour. So in about 3 hours, we'll come back, and this won't take on that vinegar taste. So if you just want to can cabbage or make whatever, that's fine. I'm gonna get all my canning area cleaned up. I'm gonna get all my ingredients out for our salsa, and we're gonna start with my special salsa recipe that my children beg for every year. They cannot wait till the tomatoes come on. Now, of course, the cherry tomatoes, I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator. But you're gonna wanna use your good old-fashioned Roma tomatoes for this. Any Italian type tomato that's really beefy, that's what you're gonna wanna use for this recipe. All right, so what have you guys been up to this year? Write me down below and let me know what you guys have been up to. Prop you up with something here. There we go. That'll work. The vinegar. I don't know if I'm going to be doing green beans first or pickles first. So I do know that I have to pressure can some green beans. So I'm going to dehydrate. Hang on for a second. I got to fill this right. Sliding a little rough. And you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to oil my ring here just a little bit. Just takes just a little bit. Drop some there. Get that oil back off just a little bit. Yes, I said a little bit. How many times have I been? Okay. I'm just going to rinse my vegetables with that as well. I already washed the big guy here. He's already been washed. Throw it over my peppers, pickles. There we go. Doesn't hurt. And I'm going to get me some fresh jar water as well. Alright, so now what I have to do now is just go get me a couple of bath towels and got me a water. I want to stay hydrated while I'm doing this. Always stay hydrated. If everything's clean, and then I'll bleach my sink, and then we'll get started. Now, from 4 days ago, yesterday I didn't do any canning like I was going to do. Try to keep this off the I didn't do any canning like I was going to do yesterday because we went out and we had to, of course, you have to spend a day in the garden weeding and picking beans and things like that. So John's out snipping beans again. I got another 5-gallon bucket full. Our big garden is at my son's farmstead. I don't have enough land here to have the size of garden I need for the amount of stuff that I preserve. So, but my son, he has about 3.5 acres. So, okay. And this is the water we're going to use to boil the jars in and keep them hot. Got some vinegar in here as well. Keep those jars from clouding up on the inside. Okay. So, today's green beans are going to be the 1.5 pints. And just remember, in the 1.5 pints, these are already been boiled, but I mean, they've already been washed and they've already been boiled from, I didn't use them from the last batch. But this batch is for John and I put our green beans in the 1.5 pints. And remember, you want to treat the 1.5 pints like quarts. So I'm going to go the 25 minutes in my canning time. And remember that green beans must be pressure canned. For me, it's 10 pounds of pressure. For you, that might be a little different. All right, I've got the pickles all washed. And I just used a little scrubby like this with a little bit of soap with bleach in the soap. You know, Ajax with bleach, like a bleach alternative type thing. Rinsed them really well, about 30 seconds. Then I rinsed them under cool water and got them nice, firm, and crisp again. They loved the water bath. And you can see in here that I actually separated the size of the pickles. So I know the bigger ones are going to be great for relish, the ones that got too big. So I've got these separated. So these are going to be for relish. Anything that's smaller than this, I can either slice up or we can use as whole pickles. And then of course I've got a different kind of pickle here. And see, they were a lot smaller. So I'm going to decide here, I might do like a small half pint or pint of some finger pickles. I might do some spears. How do you tell what size a pickle is? By a number? Well, if it's a number 3 pickle, it means it's 3 inches long. If it's a number 5 pickle, it means it's 5 inches long. So that's how you tell what a pickle is. Here's a 2-inch pickle, or a number 2. So I think these are all slices or whole. These right here will be great for spears, for pickle spears. And then these right here will be great for slices. These are all too big. I'm definitely going to have to put these into the relish or the chow chow. Anytime you let them go this big, like this one right here, this is almost seed saving size right here. Basically it is. But you can still harvest these and put these as far as chow chow goes. We're not letting anything go with my spears and my slices together. So I'm going to go ahead and keep these separated in the strainer. Jars are going to town here. Peppers are looking beautiful. The salsa made. See that? Chunky tomatoes. I'm going to kind of come in there with a blender, and I'm going to kind of puree this with a stick blender. And I just added some corn from the freezer. And that we had. It was just some frozen corn. Now we got plenty of corn coming on, but it was not ready yet, so I had to get some out of the freezer. And Daddy thought this was a little spicy. I thought it was a little spicy. Daddy thought it was perfect, didn't you? Actually, he liked it. And I thought about putting some black beans or some kidney beans or something in here, but I thought, no, I'm going to leave it like it is. That would be really good though. My whole family loves black beans. And I've got some of them canned up in there I need to use up. So I guess it's an idea, but for right now, I don't want to change canning time. So it's a long day, so we're going to go over this. Okay, so we've got 30 tomatoes chopped, 4 cups of tomato puree, which is just basically you just chop your tomatoes, throw them in, simmer them for a few minutes, and then put your stick blender to it, and you'll get a little bit of a puree. 4 onions. I use red. We like the red onions. 2 to 6 jalapeno peppers. Okay, jalapeno peppers, and chopped and seeded. If you want it hotter, add the seeds. This was hot enough. My tongue, I feel like just one bite and my tongue feels burned. So I added some more tomatoes to kind of level that flavor out a little bit. 3 branches of cilantro, chopped, fresh cilantro. You can use dried, fresh is best. 3 cups of fresh tomato juice, and I did not have to add that. I had enough juice in the tomatoes. And you can add citric acid to this. 1 tablespoon per 3 cups of salsa. You would add citric acid to this. And you want to add this during the cooking process is fine. And or lime juice or lemon juice. So right now, that's my recipe. You can see that up close. That's my recipe. I've made some adjustments over time here. So what I'm going to do now, move this out of the way. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to see whether or not I want to add lime juice to this or citric acid. I have both. So what I'm going to do here is Daddy's tasted it. Let me move this stuff here. Daddy has tasted this. Oops, with a chip. Chips. He was eating chips. He couldn't wait for the sauce. Shamey, shamey, shamey. Okay. You've got to have your sampling chips for this recipe. Oops. Gonna break a chip down here. All right, let's have Daddy taste this just as it is. A little bit of everything on here. Taste it just as it is. And I'm gonna do the same. Still pretty hot?
No, tastes fine.
Oh. It's still pretty hot. Woo! That'll put a sweat under your armpit. All right, so let's see what it will taste like here. It's got everything I need in here right now. But I want to see what it would taste like with just a little shot of lime. Let's see if we can't get that flavor. Oh my gosh, my ears are burning. My eardrums are burning. Woo! Those are some hot serranos and jalapenos. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. All right, let's try this again with the lime juice. That's actually really... Here, Daddy, I'll let you have that one. And some without. Tell me what you think.
I think the lime juice is good.
You liked it with the lime juice? You know, I think I'll do 50-50. I think I'll do extra hot. No, I think I'll do medium heat. I think that's about medium heat probably for me. I don't know. I'm not used to really hot, spicy foods. Daddy's going to try it again. It's really good with the lime in it, though.
I like the lime in it.
Okay, but they might not. So let's do 50-50. Let's do some lime in half of them, and I'll make the first batch without, and then I'll add the lime and make the second batch with.
Okay.
I think that's more than fair. Okay. Let me show you this. All right, so I've got the salsa, which was still bubbling here. And we've reduced it quite a bit. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna get this clean. Now you can water bath this in pints and half pints for the same amount of time at about 20 minutes for my recipe. 15 for other recipes. Mine is about 20 on this one. But I'm going to pressure can. I always pressure can tomatoes. But I'm going to pressure this at 10 pounds of pressure from my altitude, which is 1,000 feet or below. Anyway, check your local extension and find out what your altitude is, okay? Now, on this, I have, you can see it's just got a little bit of simmering on the lids. That's perfect, and it's been sitting here for about 10-15 minutes. That's perfect. You don't want your lids to sit in water too long. 10-15 minutes is fine. This is going to be hot, so you can either get like a silicone thing to hang onto it like that, or just use, what I like to use is just a folded over napkin like that. Have some extra napkins to wipe the rim. Put a little vinegar in your lid water, just a little bit. I might put just a little bit in there. It just helps when I'm cleaning the rims. All right, so you ready to get started? I need this to be closer to me, don't I? There we go. By the way, I did add some salt to this too, to taste. It took about a tablespoon of salt altogether. not quite. Got this the way that I want it. So now we're just going to start filling up the hot jars. Now right now I've got green beans in my canner, so I'm hoping, I'm going, for this right here, I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch headspace. There we go. And you always want to debubble, even if it's salsa, okay? Absolutely beautiful. We want to wipe the rim. That water that has a little bit of vinegar in it. Do my trick to always check for cracks or breaks. And plus the extra water just really helps this seal. Now on the new bowl lids, and I need a small one here. On the new bowl lids, these right here particularly, let's see which ones was it. It's these right here. They tend to buckle. So you do not have to tighten these as tight as you used to have to tighten them. So it's just a matter of us old canners teaching us old dogs new tricks. So now when I have to put the new lids on, okay, barely tighten it. There we go. Another jar out, and these are those new twist jars. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? I'm almost out of pint jars, so we're getting what we're getting today. Do not wear your best clothes for this. It is splashy. Remember 1/2 inch headspace for this one. This one's a little bit thicker. There we go. Perfect. Debubble. I know what you're thinking. You don't have to debubble that. Well, yeah, you do. It's a good habit just to do it on everything, okay? Right now I'm just taking my time because I've got, let's see what that is on there. See, that's 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch. It's about 3/4 of an inch actually there, isn't it? That's fine, that'll work. So I'm going to pressure can this anyway. It's not going to get water bath can. So I'll do my little trick. Everything feels good on the new jar. Lining my lid up, the word ball here on the front. These are going to be gifts, so I mean, it may even be Christmas gifts. So I mean, that's several months away. So, and remember, now see, now it's starting to feel like it's giving, and then just about 1/4 of an inch. That's it. The air still has to escape out of these, okay? That is just so pretty. Who would not want to get that as a Christmas gift? We'll be right back as soon as that is out. Okay, second batch of salsa is on. The jars are in the water bath canner. This is what I'm talking about. Once you get your little assembly line going, you just keep it going. It does. It's already popping in here. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And again, that's the new ball twist jars. And yes, you can use them for canning. All right, so we're just going to line stuff up here. All right, here we go. These are, my green beans are still hot, so I'm trying to find room here. Trying to find some room. And I still, these leak just a little bit, so I'm going to have to change the water out. One of these salsa things kept falling over in the water, so it's probably that one. This little guy here, I marked, this little one here I marked with extra lime, and it sealed as soon as I opened the lid. And then this one right here has the extra lime juice in it as well. So just, oop, a little pop. Poppity pop, pop, pop. We're going to watch a movie, and then I'm going to finish this up, wake up tomorrow, and then finish what I can, and then I'm going to take a day off or two. What do you think about that idea?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we love you. Go with you, John.
Hit the bell. Subscribe.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Blessings.